Alright everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to the online career mode. Last episode, if you missed it, was a January transfer window. So if you're wanting to go watch that and catch up, I'll leave a link in the description, or you can click the eye in the top right corner, it'll take you straight to it. But if not, we'll get stuck into this episode. We're in February. Starting off, there's the calendar of the month. We have 5 games this time, and the first 2 there are both online. The first one against Callum, the second one against Will. And just before we do get into our match against Callum, during the transfer window, you would have saw that I got a win against Wickham through them forfeiting the match because I didn't have enough players. And then later on in the episode, I realised there was something wrong with my profit thing. It's like minus 50 million. And you can see here, I figured out what the problem was. I went into the finance tab and looked at my expenses, and 50 million of that is travel costs, which spiked after the Wickham forfeit. So to be honest, I don't really know what the deal is there. But if it gets us fired, it'll be quite annoying. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen. And also you can see the money we're left with. If we put it all towards the transfer budget, we're at about 1 million. Put it all towards the wage budget, we'll go over 50k. So yeah, no, just get into our match against Callum. Tranmere versus Carlisle United. Let's see what happens there.
Sideshow Bob!
Wait, who's that with the afro?
You think?
I forget. Oh, Guendouzi? Hey.
Hudson Adoy!
What a block! Oh, no way. Keeper committed himself. Tied it off. Oh, as if. Hey, oh. You got so lucky.
My defense.
Oh.
The defense are just well drilled.
Oh shit.
Hudson Adoy!
Oh, what a catch!
I'm surprised he didn't go far post.
Oh,
Oh,
that was. Oh. Is that a piss shot? Oh! Like what the fuck? See my centre backs half-arsed effort. They win. What are you? What? Who's that?
Penalty!
No, it's not.
That's a penalty. He's supposed to be 23.
Fucking
Hey, I scored.
nice fucking what's the name?
El Nino. Okay, so not the best of starts to an episode. A 2-1 loss there to Callum. The rest of the results are show you that Seth and Will both won their games. Callum now just getting further and further in the lead. And now it is time for our next online game, our second game of February. We're against Will this time. Tranmere versus Forest Green Rovers. Let's get into that.
Graph.
the custom graph.
So Callum, we came to the conclusion that for some reason FIFA has fucking removed Groff and my striker, so I had to make him.
Oh god. Had to make him.
Oh, you fucking dick cunt! How slow is your centre back? And it took him a while
Very.
to get
I'm not gifted for pace. Oh, look at
there.
that. Didn't even aim for him.
Fuck!
Oh, yes.
What the fuck, Zagadou?
No, no.
Oh, yes!
What the fuck's going on?
Curtis
That's
Jones. Oh, the passives are going rogue. Oh, Calvert-Lewin, don't know where about him. He plays for Everton.
What? I had so much fucking space.
Literally, as soon as I say that, he runs in and tosses it. Oh.
There's a ball.
Oh, none of my players would get
Have it.
changed to the right ones.
Oh.
What's the score?
3-1 to me. Oh, surely. Ah, straight in the Cybercross hands.
Boot down the fucking field. Bullshit. Nah, that's gross, not as good as the old one.
Okay, so much better there. 3-1 win to us. Callum and Seth also won their games 3-1. Don't know how that's happened. But again, Callum getting another 3 points at the top of the table. If he keeps this up, he's 100% win the league. And Seth and Will are still pretty close together. But now it is time for our next match of February. There's a simmed match this time against Southend. And in this match, 60 minutes in, Branko gets us the first goal. In the second half, Jan Valery gets an injury, but he doesn't get subbed off, and we do win the match 1-0. So back-to-back wins there. Quick training session. Seth picking up a draw this round. It's all getting quite close now. As we go into our next game, which is another sim home game against Doncaster. And in this game, Sergi Canos gets us the lead, and then Abubakar gets an injury, doesn't take him off. But then Sergi Canos scores his brace. We're sitting happily here at 2-0. Caprice comes on off the bench, makes it 3-0, and there we have that. Unfortunately though, that Abubakar injury was an actual injury. As you can see here, he is out for 6 weeks with a torn hip flexor. He is our best centre back this season. We've still got Sutton and Ellis, even though they've accepted pre-contracts with other clubs. And we've also got Aniba, who might start, but he's also pretty short, and he is more suited to right back. But yeah, and the results, Seth again, the only one dropping points, picking up another draw, this time against Coventry. Will and Callum both won their games. And now we're sitting here with 63k of the wage budget. So I decided to try some pre-contracts. So I did a bit of looking on the market, and you can see the first player we're targeting here. Quite hopeful, I know. But Timo Werner, his contract expiring, he doesn't have that high wages, we can afford it. So I go to the delegation, just see if I could do it that way. I was offered between 45 and our limit, which was 63, just to see what would happen. And now I'm just rearranging my team here to accommodate for the Abubakar injury. You can see I do put Aniba in for this one. It's him and Mont starting centre back. We're going to our last match of February, which we're actually playing because this is an away game, and we'll have one more available played match. We don't want to ruin our form, so into that we go. The first chance in this match does come from Barnsley. The shot from the edge of the box does go over it though. Then we get a cross in here. Is Russo whips it over. Sergi Canos takes the shot, but it's very weak. Not really going to trouble him there. Now Barnsley are back on the attack. They get their own cross. They win the header. It's not the strongest. Gabara does tip it over. And then from the corner, in it comes. They win the header again. It comes off the bar. So we're pretty lucky there. And then 25 minutes in, we get our own attack going. Traore passes it into the path of Torres. He just hits it on the finesse shot. Into that corner. Send us 1-0 up. And then just before half time, Sergio Branco cuts in. Dinks it to Torres. Who dinks it over the Canos. And then a couple of passes back round. Fully does in that defence, and Branco makes it 2-0. And now into the second half, Barnsley made some more space for another chance. It's slid across the box. Kitalano is there to clear it, but it's a very poor clearance. Get a shot back in, Gravar saves it, and then Potts goes in there. Somehow does that. We completely got away with one there, and now we're on the attack again. Fernando Torres chips it across to the left wing where Branco is. Does a few step overs, cuts it in, takes the shot, and it is just wide. Very close. And now Barnsley are in. Strikers 1-1. He absolutely slots it into the corner. 2-1 now. Now just need to not bottle it. But the ball sets up nicely here for a wee bit of a half ball. He twats it. Comes off the post. And then in the 90th minute, they've got themselves a corner, which I managed to clear. And we do come away that match with a 2-1 win. And you'll see that again, the results are the exact same as the last two. Me, Callum and Will won our games, while Seth picked up a 1-1 draw to Doncaster. That now puts Will 6 points ahead of him. Going into March. As here's the calendar, another 5 games this month, no online ones though. But before we get into that, we'll have to go through the quarter-final results of the League Cup and the FA Cup. Starting off with the League Cup, Callum went through 2-1 against Everton, and Seth went out 1-0 against Aston Villa, which means Callum is the only one left of us in the Carabao Cup. Will he be able to go the whole way? Only time will tell. And then in the FA Cup, Owen and Will both won their games, which means they're going to the semi-finals, and now we're in their first match in March. Is against Fleetwood, and we're simming it. This match is pretty slow to get off with. Then in the 36th minute, Torres scores, and in the 37th, Hunter equalises for Fleetwood. And then yeah, the rest of the game, same thing, nothing happened. So it is a 1-1 draw, but we're fine with it, as our next email here shows something unbelievable. We've just reached an agreement with Timo Werner for a 3-year contract on 60 grand a week. So you know, we have to go and accept that. And we'll do exactly that. Into it we go. Accept offer. How have we just done that? Timo Werner is going to play next season in hopefully a championship, but still potentially League 1. So let's hope for the best for that. Can't wait to get him in. He'll be a very good replacement for Torres, who's probably going to retire soon. A quick trading session there. And the results for the first week of March. This time Seth and Callum both won their games, with Will drawing his, giving Seth some time to catch him. But now it's time to go in and rectify things. Our next match here is against Shrewsbury. We're playing this one because we're away. It needs to be done, so in the it we go. Using the exact same lineup yet again. And we do concede the first chance. The shot does come off the post though, luckily for us. And then pretty much a follow-up goes straight back in. Grabar makes a big save for it. And yeah, Shrewsbury were well and truly playing this time. They get another shot here, which Grabar makes another save for. But we get our own chance. Russo out wide to Branco. Rolls it across. A bit trampy. Bit of an ugly goal. But Torres puts us in the lead. And then just before half time, Traore threads it through to Torres, who smacks it in the top corner to double the lead. And then just to polish things off, in comes the cross from Canos. Traore wins the header, 3-0 to us. We do concede 1 goal though. Grant here gets the shot. It comes off the post, but he does finish off the rebound. But that's all that really happened. We do come away with the match 3-1. Another quick training session there. Callum also up to a 76 rated player. And in the results, every single one of us won our games. And now we're in for another pre-contract player. Our Werner one didn't take it off fully off our wage budget, so I thought I might as well risk it and try and get a couple more maybe. So this is the next player I'm going for. It's a centre back / left back, Mario Hermoso. Mainly got him because he's very quick. And if he can play centre back well for me, it'll be absolutely brilliant. So we get him to agree on a 4-year crucial contract on 10 grand a week with a signing bonus of 100 grand and 160 grand if he plays 15 games, which I'm fairly certain he will. So we've got 2 pretty good players coming in next season for us. And now it's time for our 3rd match of March. We're home against Preston, but we are going to play it. The lineup for this one, once again, the exact same. Just play as much as I can now with our strongest team. And into this match, around 20 minutes in, 2 wee dirty passes across the 6-yard box. Gets Torres, the opener. But Preston straight away are trying to fight back. The cross comes in, the clearance very poor, and the rebound tucked away. 1-1 now. Then in comes a corner. Look at this fair wee tactic that pulled off. I don't know if it's meant or not. Play it short, cross into the front post, head out, and the volley in the near post. Now we're down 2-1. And then just to make things that much worse, before half time, they're through again. I thought he was offside, but he wasn't. Takes the shot, and we're down 3-1. In the second half now, trying to bring it all back. Cuts it back to Jones. I messed up the shot. It was close, but all we get from it is a corner. In that comes Monthlin's the header, but just not quite on target. Now it's Torres passing through the Branco. His shot saved by the keeper, but Russo's there to volley in the rebound. And like 5 minutes from the end, Jones rolls it over the Bennett. He takes the shot. It's an absolute rocket going for the top corner, but it comes off the inside of the post straight back at him. Then pretty much a counter attack from Preston. The cross comes in, the diving header through the legs of Grabara, and we'll lose the game 4-2. Pretty unfortunate that, considering how well we've been doing so far. Seth, Callum and Will all won their games. So we're going to have to try to bounce back here. We go on to our next game, which is another match we're playing against Bradford. We're away once again. I'll rearrange it a bit for this game. Some of the players are getting a bit tired. That's what we've went with. Starting Bennett ahead of Torres, El Kabir on the right and Brimmer in centre mid. With Keena starting as well. With Ellis and Caprice playing in the defence. So pretty much half the team has been rested. Brimmer gets a chance here to pass it into Bennett. He takes the first time shot. Just wide, and then El Kabir here cuts it back. The ball finds way to Keena. He takes the shot, but it's also saved. Again, El Kabir cutting it in here. This time it's Russo. He turns around, takes the low shot, but that's completely spooned off target. And into the second half, Brimmer passes it through to Sergi Canos, who whips it across to Torres, our 2 super subs. He goes in for a diving header, but just about misses the ball. And now we're in the 90th minute, still 0-0. Canos gets a bit of space down the wing and try and cut it back in, but the keeper gets there first. That is 2 disappointing matches back to back. I mean, you can see the stats there. Bradford had 1 shot. I messed up 11. And in that round of matches, there wasn't a line one. It was Callum and Will playing their second game, where Callum won 2-0. And that has now got Seth 1 point within Will. Quick training session there. Branco and Jones both ranked up 1. And now before the next game, before we get absolutely done in by another international break, because I had already sold Jamal George, I thought I probably should get myself a goalkeeper to back up Gabar when that happens. So we'll find this guy in the free agents. Proper big name, Douglas Luiz Nascimento Franca. Probably butchered that, but he looked decent, and I managed to get him signed a contract of £1,200 a week with a £6 grand signing bonus. And while I was there, I found another pretty big player that I could approach on a pre-contract. And because the Werner money hasn't really been taken out of because of how it works in the next season, I still had it there. I had to test my limits and went in to Nablefek here. Offered him one of between 50 grand and 70 grand. It'd be amazing if he signs for that. I'll be going to their final game of March and this episode, which is a simmed home game against Charlton. In this game, again, it's a really slow one, nothing really happens through the whole game, and it's another 0-0 draw. So yeah, quick training session there. There's the results. This time Cam, Will and Seth all won their games again. And quickly, the semi-finals of the League Cup and FA Cup were played out. In the League Cup, Callum went through in his game. Obviously Callum being the only one left in it out of us. In the first leg, he lost 2-1 to Brentford, but in the second leg, he came back and smacked them 4-1, which means he's in the final. And then the FA Cup semi-finals, Owen and Will both won their games as well. Owen against Man United, Will against Man City, which means the FA Cup final is going to be between Owen and Will. So whoever wins it out of those 2 is going to the Europa League next season. And then also to go with that, the area finals of the Checkatrade Trophy, Will and Callum both won their ones. Which means the main final of the Checkatrade Trophy will be Will versus Callum. We'll see what happens with that. Hopefully next episode we'll get our sponsor from Fakir, see if he comes through and accepts that. If not, it won't be too bad because I've already got Werner Hermoso coming in. But yes, here's how the tables are looking. Starting off with League 1, I've clawed myself up to the rest of them. I'm still 18 points behind, but I'm in 4th. Pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot now if I do manage to keep it up a little bit and get back on top and winning some games. Then in 3rd is Seth, Mansfield Town on 82. A point ahead of him is Will on 83. So that's going to be an interesting fight for the 2nd automatic promotion spot, because the first one is pretty much confirmed, as Callum is sitting there on top, unbeaten this season after 39 games with 101 points. Pretty ridiculous that. And the League 2 table, still at the top, is Owen on 105 points, pretty much uncatchable. But also in there in 2nd now is Welsh's Newport, he's on 87 points. Welsh is looking like he's going to secure an automatic promotion spot, because in League 2 it is the top 3. And he's got a fair few points to drop off before Lincoln come for him. But yeah, things are getting interesting. The top goal scorer still as well is Owen's Timothy Weah. He is unstoppable at the moment. I mean, Owen himself has scored 116 goals so far. Timothy Weah just hitting the 40 mark, and also still top of the assists is Honda. He's on 23 now. The only players of mine visible in any of them are Branco and Torres. And yeah, that is where I'm going to end off this episode. Next episode will be out very soon. And if you enjoyed this, it would be so much appreciated if you drop a like on it. And if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. And yeah, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.